Okay. Well, I'm really new to this. Uh I'm gonna start just a maybe a little podcast by myself with another buddy. I don't know yet, but I want to talk about just Husker sports in general, gaming stuff also. I'm a content creator, I stream on Twitch and stuff like that. But what I really want to do with this channel, I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet or whatever. I just want to talk about. I want to give some reactions to the Cornhuskers, my beloved Nebraska Cornhuskers. And just kind of react to. There's the last couple weeks have been fucking embarrassing to say the least. The Georgia Southern game happened, gave up 700 yards to them, and then Scott gets fired. Which I think me as well as many Husker fans thought could happen. We didn't think it was gonna happen that soon, but we knew it was probably gonna happen. I think all of us were still shocked when it still happened. At least I was. I turned to my buddies and I was like, "Holy shit, Scott just got fired." So, um, and then Mickey Joseph is announced as the interim head coach for the rest of the year, and I think everybody needed um a new change or wanted to see a new change. Uh I think it was just something we needed. I think coming into this OU game, a lot of people had hope. I think a lot of people had false hope that we could pull off an upset. I think it's the delusion of the Husker fan base that we could somehow pull a win off against a top 10 football team in the nation, and pull it off against Oklahoma, who Brent Venables very well is a very very good defensive minded coach, head coach, coached under Bob Stoops at Oklahoma, went to Clemson, was a D coordinator there under Dabo. And won, I don't know, he's got like 3 or 4 national championships under his belt altogether, and now he's back at Oklahoma, and he had them playing fucking well today, to say the least. So yeah, I think th- the thought of Nebraska coming in and actually beating Oklahoma was a delusion. I think to most fans, I think a lot of us thought that we could beat them. Like I said, as a delusion. I myself thought it was going to be close. I didn't think there was a chance in hell we were going to beat um Oklahoma today. I didn't think there was at all the slightest bit of chance. Um and you can kind you just fucking just look at it in the total yards, and you just look at it in the score, and it is 49-14. It is what it is. We've given up 1,200 yards the last 2 games, one to being to Georgia Southern, who by the way lost to UAB today. I'm recording this at 2:19 in the morning. They lost to UAB earlier in the day. Northwestern lost to a damn FCS school earlier in the day. So it's just not looking great. Um our defense has got a lot of holes in our defense. Our offensive line has got a lot of holes. Apparently, I heard Mickey say he's gonna redshirt Teddy Prochaska, um, which moves. I don't know who was playing there today. Gabe Irvin looked good, I guess. The times he came in. um, Casey looked all right ish. Uh, just couldn't really. I mean, that first drive, I th- we get a 3-and-out, and then we go down and score. You take it 77 yards, and we go down and score. And that was the best 5 minutes of everybody's week. I think I was jumping up and down in my chair. I'm watching from home on my computer, and I'm sitting here just jumping up and down and screaming in my room. That we scored. First of all, we got a 3-and-out. and we scored first. I thought we could win. I made some tweets that I thought we could win, but that was the delusion talking in me. Uh, and then Dylan Gabriel decides to rip a 61-yard third down run to the end zone, to just suck the air out of Memorial Stadium. So from there it was all downhill. Um, you know, Casey played okay. We just couldn't get anything going. He was just getting hit left and right from the defense, and I think our O line just looked lost. I don't know if it was lost or if it's like uncertainty of where their fucking assignment was. Bryce Benhart in the right tackle just looks not great. Not great. There's some couple of videos of him circling on Twitter of him just looking absolutely lost. The man's a 6'9", and I don't know, man. It just he didn't look great. And then Chuba came in. Glad he got a touchdown, I guess. He ran it in, but it was against second string, third string, whatever. Threw a pick in the end zone, trying to make something happen. Kept us in there, you know. Um, Rushing, yeah, Gabe averaged eight yards a carry. I saw AJ go down on a play, but hopefully he's okay. And then Anthony Grant had a tough day. Just couldn't get anything going. Like I said, I think the offensive line just really struggled against a talented Oklahoma defensive line. Um, yeah. Trey Palmer looked okay. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, our defense was just out on the field for most of this game. If I could see how much like time of possession Oklahoma had, it wasn't even close. We didn't have the ball for very long. We just could not get anything going. Uh yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts, and I really think, as a kid growing up in the state of Nebraska, I didn't have the luxury of growing up in the 90s. Although I was born in 98, I didn't have the luxury of growing up in the 90s, watching the 94, 95, 97 teams play, like a lot of my parents and just my friends' parents and all those guys. They have the luxury of just watching a good Nebraska football team. And I think I really started to get into Nebraska football in like 2004, 2005. Corey Ross was running back. I remember him. Obviously, Zach Taylor you could throw in there. And like I just we started in the Bill Callahan era. Really is when I start remembering Nebraska football. We all know how that ended up. Not great. Bill Callahan, we went to Bo Pelini, and I think that's when my love for sports really took off. Is through Nebraska. Bo Pelini, just we could expect a 9-win season, 10 wins on a good year, and we get a bowl game. And I think that's what we were happy with at the time. At least that's what I was happy with. I saw that we had more wins than losses, and that was really all that mattered. And then, then Bo gets fired. I will never understand that. I know his personality wasn't the best. He was a hothead. He was fiery. Whatever. The man won. He won in a lot of games. They showed a stat today of since Tom was there. They showed like Frank Solich, Bill Callahan, Pelini, uh, who was after Pelini, Riley, then Scott. So, um, yeah, like Bo had like a 700 win percentage. It was right next to fucking Solich. Um, so I didn't get like I said, I didn't get the luxury of growing up with a winning Nebraska football team, winning as national championships and stuff like that. So it's really hard to still call myself. It's not that hard. I'm still a diehard Husker fan, but it's really hard to get like new kids into becoming Husker fans. Um Like obviously people grew up around the state, and all like some of my friends are married now, and they're starting to have kids, and like obviously they stay around here, they're gonna grow up Nebraska fans. But you bring, I was just listening to other podcasts and other people talk. They were talking about how you need the next coach has got to be for the next generation of Husker fans, because eventually, the older generation won't be here any longer to remember the 95 team, to remember the 94 and the 97, to remember when Scott Frost won us a championship. So it's been tough, uh just seeing my other friends also kind of go through this and just be like, we don't know what a winning football team looks like, uh unfortunately, unless we were really watching Bo Planey. And some of my closest friends, um you know yeah, that's all we knew was Husker football on Saturdays. We'd go over to each other's houses and watch, um and just have fun. And now we just, there's nothing. We're all the age of drinking. Might as well, you know, drink now. There's nothing really to watch, unfortunately. I want to say the schedule for the rest of the year. We have Indiana coming up next. First of all, we have a bye week. I think the bye week is going to be really good. I'm actually really happy with the timing that Trev chose to um fire Scott. Uh I know everybody talks about his buyout, the 17.5 million that we're gonna pay him right now or last Sunday to get him out of here instead of waiting till October 1st and only paying 7.5 million. I think Trev explained it very well. Um that hey, like we need to give the boys, new light, um and a new hope, a different voice is what he said a lot. So um like I said, I like the timing. Instead of giving Mickey, if you fire Scott in the bye week, or if you fire him after the Oklahoma game, or God forbid we wait till we lose to Indiana on October 1st and then fire him, he's got 7 games. He's got 4 days to work with to get ready for not Northwestern, excuse me. You got 4 days to get ready for Rutgers, and then you got the rest of the Big Ten coming at you. So I like the timing. Get him against Oklahoma. It's whatever. It was a big game. It's a big rivalry game. Um, you try and get the boys as ready as you can. Obviously, it didn't work as well as you'd like to. Those first 5 minutes were great, but after that, it wasn't pretty. So you go into the bye week and you got 4 full days of the bye week just to get better, to get yourself, acclimated to being a head coach, to get your stuff implemented and get the guys bought in um to what you bring to the table. And then you get the week of Indiana to get the guys ready. And Indiana, they played Western Kentucky today. Like I said, I'm recording this at it's now 2:30 in the morning. September 18th. We played yesterday, September 17th. Indiana played yesterday. They played Western Kentucky. I watched a little bit of it. They didn't look great. Granted, Western Kentucky is a pretty solid football team, for being like a group of five team, whatever. But Indiana didn't look great. And that should be a good sign for a little bit of hope for Husker fans. We get our first, we get our Mickey gets his feet wet in conference play with a win in Indiana. I predict to win. I predict it's gonna be close again, but I still think we pull it a win. I think my prediction's gonna be somewhere like, if our defense plays like that, our offense has got to run up the scoreboard. I'm gonna say like 45-38, something like that. But it's in Lincoln. Um, so hopefully we can get we can go 2-3. That'd be really cool. That'd be awesome. Would love to see that. Like I said, I think the timing is good to get Mickey, hit a half week to get ready for this Oklahoma game. Didn't really think it was gonna go our way, and it didn't. And then we get a bye week, and then we get Indiana. And thank God that we get Indiana. We start with Indiana Rutgers, or we start with Indiana Rutgers. Let's just be thankful for that because we can get two, I would say, pretty easy wins. Not if our defense plays like it did today and last week against Georgia Southern, but if we can shore up some tackling, we can shore up, some gap coverage and just tackling in general. Like I said, we might be able to come away with a couple victories. But then we get Purdue at Purdue in Indiana. Purdue's going to be a tough game. Purdue's looking pretty solid. Everybody's talking about, you know, how good they look and how well they're coached. And they are pretty well coached. Uh, and then we get a revenge game. I think we lost to Illinois last year. I don't fucking remember, if I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't really pay that much attention to a 3-9 team. I don't think we did. But yeah, then we get Illinois, Minnesota, and then to end the year with Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Iowa is gonna be tough. We get Minnesota in Lincoln. Hopefully that goes well. For some reason, Minnesota always, like when we were coming first into the Big Ten, Minnesota was like our trap game. They weren't great, but we always found either way to keep it close or to lose to them. So Minnesota is gonna be tough. I think Illinois, we should be able to beat Illinois this year. I'm looking at like a win against Indiana, a win against Rutgers, probably a loss to Purdue because we're on the road. But then we got Illinois and Minnesota coming in. So I'm looking at a win versus Illy and a win versus Minnesota, both in Lincoln. Obviously, I don't think we're gonna beat Michigan at the big house. There's just no shot with how not McCaffrey, Jesus Christ, with how Harbaugh's got them playing. They finally got their quarterback situation cleared up with JJ McCarthy. There's just no shot we beat them. Wisconsin, that's in Lincoln. I don't think we're gonna beat Wisconsin. They look pretty. They didn't look great against Washington State. Um, I don't think we win them. I think they're more physical. I think they're gonna be the most physical team we play this whole year. They always are. It's gonna be one of those games where they might rush for 400 yards like they did one year with Melvin Gordon. And then we go to Iowa City, and I don't expect us to win that game either. Although, if our defense by some luck turns up and we find how to tackle, we figure out how to tackle again. Uh, I mean, maybe I like our chance. Iowa's looked like dog shit this year. That game with South Dakota State earlier, that first weekend or whatever, it was the most horrific college football game to watch. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're an Iowa fan or a South Dakota State fan. You can't tell me that was fun to watch. I would have just left at halftime. um, yeah, so I mean, realistically, Indiana, Rutgers, Illinois, Minnesota, maybe Iowa. So end off 6-6, maybe, make a bowl game. But man, we couldn't even beat Northwestern. Northwestern lost to an FCS school, I heard today. So let's I want to see that. Where did that go? Teams, football. Oh, Southern Illinois, right? The Salukis? Yeah, the Salukis. Yeah, that's tough. I'm gonna be honest with you. That one stings a little bit. We went, I don't know how far away Dublin is, 5,000 miles, 10,000 miles to go lose to a team that lost to an FCS school. That's tough. Um, yeah, and then Georgia Southern, they lost to UAB today, and I don't know what else to say to that. I just don't. Um, I don't even know where the fuck. How do I work this fucking website, guys? Hello, why can't we make this? Thank you. Yeah, they lost to UA 21-35 to UAB today. It's tough, man. Um, Just spilled water. You just watched me spill water all over myself. The thing's got a hole in it or something. Yeah, I just it was tough. This whole week was tough. I know the boys were talking about it. I know the what was gonna pull up? Oh, the press conference of let's see here. The Husker press conference today. There was a lot of things said. Um Mickey said it was all on him. He'll take the blame for not getting the boys ready. I understand that. You got to say that as a head coach. But if we're gonna be honest, it was it's the guys on the field that's playing for you. So it's a reflection of the coach, but guys got to make plays. Guys got to tackle. Guys got to do football things, and we did not do football things today. So I understand Mickey taking all the blame. It's what a head coach has got to do. Um, yeah, Miles Farmer had a lot of things to say, and he said they've really been just tapping, you know, tapping for the last 4 years, and just started tackling when Mickey became head coach. So there was a lot of eye openers. I don't know if it was a shot to them or not, to the defensive staff and to Scott himself, but you never know. Um, I guess we just start from square one. I really, man, the roster is really not terrible either. Like you look at some of these names and you really think that we could, Caleb Tanner's been here for a while, and he's been a staple on that defense. Trey Palmer's looks solid coming in. Um, I'd love to see Omar Manning get some more touches. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Uh, I'm surprised they didn't put Logan Smothers out there today. I know we want to get Chuba some touches or some plays in, but maybe I think by the time we put Chubb in, it was already too far gone to even think about putting Logan in. Hopefully Logan could potentially by his junior senior year be our starting our go to guy, but Chubb is a redshirt freshman. Casey's got 2 years if he chooses. I don't know if he will, but also we've got Heinrich Hairberg. What a name. And what's his face? There's another guy. He's a freshman. I gotta find him. Richard Torres. Apparently he's a fucking gunslinger. Apparently, so we got some talent. This defense though, we got to do something. Our defense isn't looking great. I just want to see. Can I see a depth chart? That's what I want to see. I want to see a depth chart. Husker depth chart. Oh, 23, 2022. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep it here. Oh, I'd love to see Ramir Johnson get some more touches, man. I know we've got him on listed as a wide receiver, but we've just got so much. We have so many skill players that I think they want to get touches. They just don't know how to. Um, yeah. I mean, the offense should be set up for success. Essentially, I know Teddy's gonna redshirt apparently, so that slides Kevin Williams into left guard, and we move Turner out to left tackle. Um, Man, this O line is it's kind of young. It's also kind of like it's got like Trent Hickson, Rock Bando, two older guys. I think Hickson's like a 6 year senior himself. But Bryce Benhart's looked pretty rough this year. I'm glad we got Travis back this week. He didn't really have that much of an impact on today's game, but I'm glad he was just back. I know he took a shot earlier in the game. Hopefully he's okay. Love to see Chris Hickman. He's got all the intangibles you want. The man's like 6'7", can run pretty fast. AJ Rollins is also looking great. But Chancellor Brewington and Nate Borkacher, are looking solid so far. So I mean, our tight end group is pretty solid. Like I said, quarterbacks Casey, Chuba, Logan. You know, any all three of them could probably start if they wanted to. I'm gonna be honest, but this defense, man, our our D line just cannot get any pressure. Ty Robinson and Colton Feast are just kind of getting. I don't know if they're getting double teamed. I didn't. I should watch more closely, but there's some gaps that you could drive a literal Honda Civic through. So I don't know. O'Shawn Mathis has looked great. Or he's looked okay. Glad we got Nick back today, Nick Heinrich. Like I said, Caleb Tanner's been here. Our secondary, uh, Tommy Hill struggled today. You know, our nickel Isaac Gifford looked okay. He got beat. He's gotten beat a lot this year. But Quinn Newsom's looked pretty steady this year. Um, anything else is, it's it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But I just want to come out and give some initial, not initial thoughts. I've had time to think on this and to digest everything. Um I really stopped watching towards the second, towards the end of the game. It was really tough to watch. Um but we'll see. We'll see. I really hope Mickey can find something and inject it into them, you know, to at least give us some kind of hope going into next year. Like I said, I think the year we can finish 6-6. I can also see us losing every single game that we have left. It's kind of a toss up. But I do really think we have a good chance against Indiana. I do think we have a good chance against Rutgers and Illinois and Minnesota. All the games that we have in Lincoln, except for Wisconsin, I think we have a chance. I think we have a chance going to Piscataway, beating Rutgers. We see Noah Vedral there. Played against him in high school. Shout out Noah Vedral. Don't know if he'll ever see this, but that'd be cool. Um, I think we have a good chance there. Sorry, Noah. But going to West Lafayette and going to Ann Arbor and Iowa City, it's gonna be tough. The Iowa game's gonna be real interesting. If we end up 5-6 at Wisconsin, uh, and we're going into Iowa needing that win for a bowl game, I like our chances. I like our chances if that's the case. But yeah, that's really all I got to say on on that. I think what I'm gonna do um is eventually I'd like to have somebody do this with me. I think I talked to my buddy Ross. I'd like to start this as a podcast. I don't know what I'm gonna. I might just put it. I have a YouTube channel already that's got gaming clips of me. Um, and I don't know if I'm gonna put it on there. Or just make a whole new separate channel just for sports and just for this kind of podcast, talk show, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Hell, I might even call it a radio station. I don't know, but I would. Yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. Like I said, I just want to get some initial thoughts. It's pretty late. I think I'm probably gonna try and get some sleep here soon and gear up for next weekend. I'm gonna be moving back home, which is exciting. So I'll be in Nebraska. Maybe I'll have to catch a game. Maybe I'll have to catch a game where we can win one. Maybe that Minnesota game I'd like to catch November 5th, but we'll see. Anybody who listens to this, I do appreciate you. I'll make sure to put all my socials down in the comments or wherever I put this. But yeah, thanks for listening to me rant slash talk about things. I'll probably do another one midway through the week. Kind of listen to press conferences and yeah, kind of see where this thing takes me from here. I'd love to start doing this more often. And yeah, this took me a little bit of a courage to kind of talk to myself to a camera. I can do it live, but I can't. I have a hard time sitting down and just recording myself. So this is kind of a big step in the right direction for where I want to take a lot of things. So it wasn't so bad. But anyways, take care. We'll see you next time I do this. Be good, be safe, peace and love. Bye.